with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan. We have Doris Burks on the sideline as well. And here we go, the battle between conferences. It's East versus West, where the Miami Heat will be looking to make a statement. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season. They took the loss in this East versus West matchup during the regular season last year, dropping both games.
And this is the first of 2 games between the two, East versus West, so they don't see a whole lot of one another.
Yeah, and Greg, for me, that just raises the intrigue level. Some matchups we don't get to see that often, so I'll be watching this one closely.
A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Beasley out there with Howard. And it's Beverly in at the point guard position. Shot clock at 5. Goes back up. Nice jump shot. Good.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points. And guys, you know, we've talked about it before, but it bears repeating. Dwight Howard may be the best overall rebounder in the last decade. 5 times out of the last 8 years, he's led the league in rebounding. That's almost impossible to do in the modern NBA.
Now, here's Howard after Dwayne Wade's miss, and he gets it to go. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Harden with the defensive effort. Howard is still Clark, an efficient rebounder, still prolific in fact, but he's no longer dominant. Last year he had not one 20-plus rebound games. That was the last time that happened.
Well, you know, this being Dwight's 12th season in the league, Kevin, a lot of wear and tear on him. I think he's trying to fight through it, and he's still very much more than serviceable. Wants to get a ring, and he's doing his part to try to make that happen.
A strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
And here's Beverly. Pass to Beasley. Doubled by Bosch. Beasley dishes to Harden. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Miami Heat comes into this one following a loss to Cleveland.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Well, you know, they gave the crowd a bunch to cheer about. And when you do that, you put yourself in a really tough position trying to come away with the road win. Boy, that was a violent throwdown there.
You're telling me.
I mean, it's almost like he doesn't like the rim.
Wade on the wing, guarded by Harden. It's off his leg. And the ref saying he kicked it. And a new group getting ready for Miami. Stoudemire's checked in for Whiteside. Johnson comes in for Chris Bosh. Winslow's checked in for Luol Deng. And it's Richardson in for Dwayne Wade. The Rockets also changing it up. Capella's checked in. And Moniunas subbed in for Michael Beasley. Now here's Harden. After the miss from Goran Dragic. And Beverly kicks to Brewer. Second chance shot. Moniunas' shot is good.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Stoudemire kicks to Johnson. Fires it up. That's good on the jump shot. Harden with it. Three seconds left. And Dwight Howard, a lightning rod figure around the league, subject to a lot of criticism, but
basketball, this is my passion, you know.
It's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have fun. He does say he has a burning passion to win a championship. He's been in the finals, and this is a guy that's got still a lot to shoot for, he feels, in his career.
That's a great point, Kevin. And the challenge for Dwight is how to balance how serious he is and how passionate he is with having that fun on the court that he's after.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
They've won the effort battle, and that's allowed them to control the backcourt.
And it's been gang rebounded. I mean, everybody has done a great job boxing out for him, and it's showing up on the stat sheet.
Josh McRoberts out there with Johnson. Then there's Richardson. Then it's Winslow, and it's Dragic in at the point guard. So that's who Miami starts the second with. And for Trevor Ariza, almost exclusively a perimeter player on the offense last year. New scheme, Greg, new teammates, big adjustment.
Yeah, the Rockets having Dwight Howard camping out in the lane and James Harden needing space for dribble drives. Not much room to operate inside for Ariza.
What they do like his defense, and we know he can hit the three. It's a pretty valuable commodity. Beverly with the ball. Now guarded by Dragic.
Inside 2 minutes. Inside goal.
1:58 left in the second quarter. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Yeah, they're cracking. Absolutely cracking and looking to pad that lead.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Whiteside's checked in for Josh McRoberts. Wash comes in for Johnson. Luol Deng is checked in for Winslow. And Dwayne Wade is subbed in for Goran Dragic.
Boy, last year the Rockets dealt with a lot of injuries. I mean, the front court and post players were hit the hardest. I think almost every Rocket big would end up missing some time.
For the Rockets, Terrence Jones comes in for Monty Eunice. And it's Beasley in for Trevor Ariza.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Beasley, the pass to Jones. Here's Howard. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. And last season, GA, as you were talking about, the injuries for the Rockets did pile up. Dwight Howard was out. Terrence Jones was out. They missed those guys for multiple games.
Yeah, and that hurt him inside. But also, remember, Beverly goes down right before the playoffs. So, in all, the Rockets had 180 missed games on their roster due to injury. Amazing they stayed so resilient and were able to capture that 2 seed.
The Rockets have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Beverly dishes to Beasley. There's 57 seconds left now here in the second.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
To the inside. It's rebounded by Houston. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Yeah, it's just hard to make up when you have an inability to make free throws consistently, and that's why they ended up losing.
Yes, sir. I think some doubt started to creep in when they kept missing those foul shots. I mean, you could see them start to shy away from wanting to even go to the line.
Outside, Jones. Howard, a follow-up jam.
That is a booming putback. Step aside, fellas.
They wanted nothing to do with him there.
At least not with the ball in his hands and the rim in his sight.
For three, Richardson. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Rockets ahead, up by 4. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Dwayne Wade. And Dwayne, do you think the defense will be the focus for the second half?
Well, it is. You know, we got to get more stops, and when we get opportunity to get out of transition, we got to look up and we got to get the ball up. I think right now we're getting rebounds and we're taking a break. We got to go, man. We got a very deep team. We got to use it. So second half, we're going to look to run a little more.
Thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the second half of basketball shortly.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. Dwight Howard had no problems getting going. He had 14 points and 3 rebounds. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, they committed to pounding the ball inside, and they were rewarded for it. Points in the paint. Those kept the defense honest because teams have gotten really good at running the three-point shooters